I didn't know. Hey guys, welcome back to the Bald Shredder channel. And yeah, if this guitar looks familiar, it's because I already did a video on it 3 weeks ago. This is the Inspire carbon fiber electric guitar from Enya. It's got the built-in speaker, all the built-in effects. You can connect it with the app on your phone and edit the effects and get all kinds of different sounds and stuff. Now, the thing that I really need to talk about. Wow. So when the video reviews for this started coming out a few weeks ago, I had no idea that there was going to be the amount of YouTube videos that there were on this guitar. It was just a normal instance of, the company getting a hold of me and saying, hey, we've got this new product coming out. We would like to send you one and, do a video on it. And then we talk about it. We come to an agreement and it's like, okay, cool. And I've done a lot of the Enya guitars before, so it really wasn't anything new. However, I was not made aware of the fact that they would be sending literally a truckload of these things out to YouTube content creators, to reviewers. So you might have seen a few weeks ago, you're on your phone, you're on your computer, and you're looking at YouTube, and maybe you clicked on my video or somebody else's video, and then boom, all you're seeing is just Enya Inspire video, one after the other. I mean, there were dozens. I mean, literally dozens. And all within the same kind of 1 or 2 week period, mostly. So, was it a bit overkill? Well, in my opinion, yeah, totally. And again, I didn't know. I had no idea that they would be sending these out to, small channels, medium channels, big channels, and anything and everything in between. And I'm glad that all those channels, they got an opportunity to get a cool guitar and make some content and do a review video on it. That's cool. However, for you guys, as the viewer, like I said, it's a bit of overkill, and I know for some of you, it kind of put a bad taste in your mouth regarding this guitar. And I haven't had conversations with the company about why they did that or what their marketing strategy was, so no inside information on that. I can only kind of guess and speculate, but I guess they just wanted to really get it out there as much as they could, and they just wanted everybody to see this, and that's what they ended up doing. I don't necessarily agree with that because, like I said, it's kind of a bit of overkill, and then when you're on YouTube and you clicked on one or two, and then YouTube keeps suggesting more and more of these videos, and you see them and it's wow, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. Oh my gosh, another one. This is too much. But on the flip side of that, guys, as I said, I haven't discussed this with the company. So for all I know, they're sitting there in their headquarters popping the champagne around because the orders for this guitar have just been flooding in. Maybe. I have no idea. And I'm not a marketing expert. I don't own my own, musical corporation or guitar company. So I'll assume that they know way more than me. But still, and if I had known that they were gonna literally send out 100 or hundreds of these to different YouTube guitar channels, I don't know if I would have agreed to do the video and now a second video. Yeah, I'm doing a second video, and guess what? Because that's what I agreed to when they first contacted me. They wanted 2 videos, so we came to an agreement, and now I have to honor that because that's what we agreed to. And while they didn't tell me that they were gonna send out 100 of these or whatever, they also didn't tell me that they weren't gonna do that. So it's kind of yeah, I have an obligation to do what I said I was gonna do. And I think, guys, what I need to do, and maybe what I'm gonna challenge you guys to do, is to take the marketing aspect of this, the barrage of videos, of the dozens and dozens, the hundreds of videos that we saw on YouTube, take that aspect and try to separate it from the actual instrument and not let that influence what you think maybe about this guitar. And I know for some of you, you're going yeah, too late, dude, too late. And I totally get that. But I think it would be good to kind of separate those issues and look at this as okay, Is it a decent instrument? Does it play well? Does it sound good? Does it have cool features in the guitar that would be useful for me? And then based on that, is it selling at a price point that would make sense for me and where I would feel like I'm getting a good deal for my money? Like I'm getting my money's worth out of it because I'm gonna utilize those features that this guitar has. And I think that's really what it comes down to. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is not really a guitar like for me. Now the guitar itself, cool. It plays well. It's got a great neck. It's got good fretwork. Plays pretty easy. However, the built-in speaker and the built-in effects, that's not really something that I personally would utilize. And if I were sitting where you guys are, like, you know, you're sitting there, you didn't get one for free like I did, and maybe you're thinking like, should I buy one of those or should I not buy one of those? If I was sitting there watching this video or watching any of the other videos, I'd probably think, yeah, it's not really for me because I'm not gonna get my money's worth out of it because I really don't put myself in situations where I need to have this built-in speaker and I need to have those built-in effects. You know, I pretty much do all my guitar playing right here, and you know, I've got my equipment that I already use, so it wouldn't really be useful for me. But that doesn't mean that it wouldn't be useful for other people, and maybe you. And I am gonna play it again here, guys, in just a second, because in the first video, I didn't use the whammy bar, so I am gonna do something new here in a minute. I am gonna use the whammy. But before I do that, I wanna say something to Enya. I wanna give them a suggestion, and I actually made this same suggestion to them after I did a review of their single cut version. They have a single cut with the same thing, except it's two humbuckers, but it has the built-in speaker, the built-in effects, all that. And my suggestion then, and now, is that you should make these carbon fiber electric guitars, this model and the single cut model, make it as just a regular electric guitar, but still built out of carbon fiber, because it's really cool. But minus the speaker, minus the built-in effects. Have both versions. Have this version for the people that want those features. I want that built-in 15-watt speaker. That's something that I could use. I want those built-in effects. They do sound pretty good. But then there's people like me who wouldn't really need to utilize that stuff, and it would be pretty cool to have this guitar just as a carbon fiber electric guitar with this setup. Because when I plug it into my stuff, into my system, it sounds and plays really good. And then the other benefit is that minus the built-in amp and speaker and all the electronics and stuff, it would be a lot less heavy. It would be like really lightweight because it's carbon fiber. Now, I don't know if the company wants to do that, and based on the fact that they didn't do it last time when I suggested it, I would say they probably don't want to. But I think they should seriously consider it and just have both versions, you know? So you have something for the people that want the built-in stuff, and then you've also got a cool carbon fiber electric guitar for the people that don't need that stuff. All right, guys, so I've been messing around over the past few weeks with the app and kind of changing some of the settings and kind of trying to like dial in my favorite clean tone and then my favorite sort of, you know, heavier rock tone. And that's what I'm gonna play around with right now for you guys. All right, so check it out. Okay, so the whammy bar. Yeah, it's got the whammy. It's the 2-point floating trem. It's a nice bridge. But guys, like any guitar with a whammy bridge that is not a double locking bridge, if you yank on it, if you overuse it too much, it's gonna go out of tune. That's just the way it is. But the little bit of light use that you guys saw me using it with, it stays in tune pretty well. And I think that's all it's really good for. Now just using, you know, the built-in speaker and the built-in amps and the effects and all that, which is what I showed you guys, the clean stuff sounds really good. And the light distortion is pretty good. However, I can't really get that great 80s shred tone that I usually get when I'm playing through my system. And even when I crank the amp, like the distortion all the way up, it's just not there. So like I would not be able to get my sound, my really great shred sound with enough gain and enough sustain and stuff just using the built-in stuff. So it's a little bit limited for me personally. But I want to emphasize again, guys, that it is a very good playing guitar. The neck feels really great. It's really made well, and if I were to plug it straight into my system, which I did in the first video, you guys can go back and watch that, it plays and sounds really good. So I'm gonna say again, Enya, think about making a version of this without the built-in speaker and without the built-in electronics. And the other benefit is it would be even cheaper. So think about it. All right, guys, so let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Did you notice that there were just like tons and tons of videos on this a couple of weeks ago? Did it turn you off? Did it give you a bad taste in your mouth? Was it something like, well, I thought maybe I might buy it, but man, all those videos just made me go, you know what? Forget it. Or maybe you didn't even notice, or maybe you watched a bunch of the videos and that convinced you that it's fantastic and it's something that would be good and useful for you. Either way, let me know. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.